Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the last lesson on major and minor pentatonics. Sounds really cool that. Now here's another really good lesson. This is a bit of a secret way, so don't tell anyone. This is what we call question and answer phrases, and you hear all the best guitar players doing this. This is where one guitar player plays a lick and the other one listens to that lick and then pulls out an amazing phrase which is kind of an answer to the phrase the first guitar player played. Now, this really takes a long time to do because you've got to think of something in your mind to say. But the trouble is, what happens if you don't have anything in your mind? Well, this is where we need to learn these little tricks. So I've got 3 little secret tricks for you I have devised to help you doing this question and answer licks. So let's get on with it. Alright, so here's the idea. What we're doing here is we're playing a phrase. So imagine there's 2 guitar players and I'm guitar player number 1, I'm playing a phrase, so here we go. And then what happens is the other guitar player listens to that phrase and he answers it with something. He goes. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to learn how to do that. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can do this, as I said. The best way is to think creatively and someone plays a lick. Alright, and then you think in your mind, how can I answer that? But what happens if you can't think of anything? This is when these techniques come in handy. So here is technique number 1. This works quite good. This is a good secret way. So if you play a phrase in A minor pentatonic, all right, whatever it might be, what you're going to do is play exactly the same phrase in the major pentatonic but finish on the A note. All right, so if you're not too familiar with the major and minor pentatonics, look at the video before this one. All right, so here's a lick. Now I'm going to answer that lick exactly the same but finish on an A note in A major. So as we learnt in the last video, these 2 scales are the same. A minor, A major. Alright, so the major is F sharp minor pentatonic. The only difference is, just to recap, that when you play a lick, you're finishing on the A note. There's an A note there, there's one there, there's an open one there, and there's one there in that first position. So let's try that again. Let me play something different, and let's see that working in. So if I go, let's think. All right, that's the question. Here's the answer. So I didn't play exactly the same lick that time. I varied it a bit, but I used the major pentatonic to finish it, and then I finished on an A note. So let's do a couple more. So there we go, that's quite a good little thing to do. Whatever lick you play, just go back to the major and answer it in the major and try and finish on an A note. And of course you can do this through all the positions. I was in position 1 there. I was just kind of going in this position, this first position, A minor. And then I went back to position 1 here of that major. So that's pretty good. But don't be afraid if I use position 2 of A minor, then position 2 of this one. And all the time I'm finishing on that A note. So you can have a muck about with that. If there's 2 guitar players, you play a phrase, whatever it is you like. See what you can come up with. So that's technique number one. That works really well. Technique number two is you play a phrase in the pentatonic scale, A minor pentatonic, whatever box you want, 1, 2, 3 or 4, all right? And then you answer that in exactly the same, play the same lick, up an octave. So if I went... So you can answer it high up, or you could start high. Now, what we can do as well, as I mentioned in one of the other videos, is you can change the pickup here. So let's put, let's have this sound for this one when I play in this position. And then when I move to this one, I'll move to the other pickup, and it sounds like two players then, doesn't it? If I there we go. So have some fun with that. Again, use all the positions. Obviously, you're getting really high, aren't you? If you use position 2 in A minor, then you've got to go all the way up there. So, you know, that's where position 1 comes in handy. So think about that. Right, here is the last idea I've got for you. This is used quite a lot. You're going to take a lick. All right, so let's pick a simple one. All right. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm thinking of the notes in the chord for what I am. So if the chord behind me was, say, like an A7, we were doing a blues in A major, and this is our lick. Okay, that's the lick. That's good. Right, we've got an idea. Now, I'm gonna then either finish that, do the same lick again, but finish on an A note that's higher, an octave higher. All right, so let's try that. So that's quite a cool idea, isn't it? So there's, that note is an A, there's another A. But I play the same lick, or like that. Right, now that I've covered one note in this chord, what is another note in the chord? There's an E there, so I could do this. I could go, that sounds also cool. So you could have, now what is another note in the chord? Let's see, well, we've done the A. What about the E? Yeah, we've done that. There's another A there. Now in A7 you have a G note as well, so let's try that. So you can just muck about and see what's going to work. So if we did, that's good. And kind of one more note left. It's a C sharp note. That's the third. So you're already kind of bending to the third when you do that bend there. Kind of works, doesn't it? You can muck about, see what works. So I finished on an A note there. That is a really cool thing to do. So it involves a bit more thinking, of course, because you're thinking, oh, what are the notes in this chord? A, E, the G, and C sharp. And whatever your lick you might do, let's think of another lick. I'll do it in position 2 just to show you. So let's finish with the A first. Okay, now let me do the same thing. Finish on an A there. Now let's finish on an E. What about on a G? That's quite good. What did we have left? C sharp. That sounds a bit incomplete, doesn't it? So what are we going to do about that? Well, if you've watched the other video, you know, yeah, finish on an A note. There we are. So there's 3 ideas for you. So that isn't a substitute, by the way, for using your ears. You should still try and use your brain if you can. I haven't used mine for many years, so I have to rely on this. But there's some good ideas doing that. You know, I'm not the first person to do it, but you know, that one where you think about the chord and you answer, you know, either an octave higher or you answer with the 3rd or 5th of the chord. That sounds really, really good. So have some fun with that, and don't worry about these licks I'm playing. I'm going to give you tons of licks at the end of this course, all right? So remember to subscribe and donate all your money. So I shall see you in the next video.